welcome back to Lizard of Doom. I am Max. Remember, I'm on the road to 40k subscribers, so get subscribing, and it is time to...
Roll for the bash, roll for the bash, yeah. Roll for the bash, roll for the bash, yeah.
That is right, I am back with another roll for the bash, another roll to Kitbash. So let's find out who our victim is today. Our victim this week is the Archon from the Drukhari range. Now this is a model that I despise, and it's partially why I've chosen it. This arm here and his other arm cross his body in such a weird way. This model was sculpted back in 2013, so it's over 10 years old at this point. It's 12 years old, and I just hate the pose. It's got a cool stance, but the way its arms cross totally ruined the model for me. So it's time to do some rolling and see if I can improve this thing and make it something that I like. 13. Unlucky for some, the theme of this model is Hellish. Now if you want to roll and do your own kit bashes with these charts, I've pinned them in the Lizard of Doom Discord in the Lizard News section, so you can find them there and make your own Hellish kit bashes. Now for the special feature. I'm going to roll a couple of times on this chart this time. So we're going to go with a mismatched with a number 7. And another number 7, hand. So this guy's going to have a mismatched hand. Let's find another special feature for him. He's going to have a 3 powerful. What powerful thing is he going to have? Weapon. Pretty cool combo to roll there on these charts. That will work very nicely. After this, it is time to roll for colours. What colours will I be painting this chap? Grey. Not very exciting for the first roll, but easy to work alongside with the next colour. For red. Thank God I got an interesting one. If I'd got grey and beige, I might as well have just rolled again. Now for add a little spice to the paint job. What effect will I be painting? Heat. Now, I have a plan for this. I could probably work the heat into maybe the powerful weapon. So it was time to have a little look in my bits box to see what magic I had collected over the past 12 to 13 years that I've been in the hobby. But while I look through my bits, let me tell you a little bit about this week's sponsor. I've recently done a video on WARMACHINE and now they are sponsoring me. My Mini Factory are proud to be teaming up with Steamforged Games to announce the launch of the new WARMACHINE Tribe. This is the first time that WARMACHINE has been made available digitally for at-home 3D printing. Tribes is My Mini Factory's monthly subscription platform, where each month new models are automatically added to your STL library. Over the course of the Tribe, they will be releasing both old and new models. Incredible offer, get 1 month free if you sign up in April 2025, so go and do that right now. In the first month, get a 30-point faction plus terrain and access to free rules app. Now this is genuinely a lot of terrain and I was very impressed with how much you do get. This faction will be expanded upon over the next 2 months releases. Every 3 months release will swap to a new faction. The Tribe's content will follow Steamforged Games' physical release of the game in stores. Now live, be sure to sign up before the end of April to get the first month for free. Regular price is 10 USD a month. There is currently a painting competition for this. I will link that down in the description below. That ends in June 2025. The Tribe can be found at my link down below as well, which tracks if you've clicked it, so go and have a little look for me. Thank you very much. You guys are the reason that these people keep paying me to do these ads, and it keeps this channel running. I am genuinely impressed with the amount of stuff you get in this month's release and for free with the new starter set. This is a really good deal. I'd go and take advantage of it while you can. The terrain will be useful for every game as well. There's lots of stuff in there. There's a whole trench system you can build. There's a fort. Go and have a look. Download it now. Thank you, My Mini Factory and Steamforged Games for sponsoring this video. The patient is ready for surgery and it is time to prep them. I will first make all the bits that I want to keep. Now the bits I actually like about this model are its cool tactical rock, the way it's perched on top of it, very kind of elvish. He looks light stood up there, the way he's posed on it. And also his torso, that armor is cool. The cape is also pretty cool. It's like made of different skins sewn together. human skins, I'm assuming, because there is a face sculpted into the back of it. But I wanted to do something a little bit different to that cape when I'm sculpting him, because I want my guy to be a little bit extra, a little bit different from your standard Drukhari Leader Archon boss guy. These are the bits that I have put together so far. You can see I've left one side of the cape off because I thought that would give me multiple options when choosing an arm on that side. I can attach it afterwards. It would just be easier to work with that cape side off for now. On to the bits. This guy is going to get some cool upgrades. The right arm I want to put on him is this Dark Elder Drukhari arm. A little bit of cleanup there to do from where I've clipped off the sprue for storage. It does have that cool net on it, but unfortunately, I don't want that net. I've chosen this arm because it is the right size for the model, and it is the only arm I could find in my collection that would fit this model that is outstretched to the side in this manner. This will be holding his powerful weapon. I scraped off the remainder of that net and then got my powerful weapon out of my bits pile to attach. It would be an easy little wristy clip job on there. The hand is now ready to be removed as the arm is smooth, and I'll be attaching this flaming sword from the wizard set. This is my powerful weapon. This comes from the old fantasy wizard set. They used to come in a 2 set. I don't know if they do anymore. And it was rife with cool bits and staffs and weapons and heads. And this one has been sat in my bits box for at least a decade, ready for this hero here. This also has fire on it. I'm sure you can see that. This lines up perfectly with my heat that I'm going to have to paint in the paint job. This will be the source of the heat on this model. A quick little clip of the wrist and a little flatten out on both sides. And this thing will fit on there perfect. Little bit of glue. Not going to notice the join. Bish bash bosh. Powerful weapon. Now that's that arm sorted. Time for his mismatched arm, this side. And with one simple clip at the back of the shoulder joint, this Votan Power Fist pointy finger fits perfectly. This is incredibly mishmashed. I've never seen an Eldar or Drukhari with a Power Fist before, but it's got these cool like nodules poking out of it, and I thought that looked kind of cool and like almost Hellraiser-ish pinheady, and it would work with this evil suit of armor. If I paint it the same, hopefully it will look like it's part of the set and it's meant to be there. Also, that pipe disappears quite nicely behind the body. Head options. The original head, very elven, very cool, but I quite like to do something different. This is a more hellish head, but you can see it's got round ears. This helmet is quite cool as well, but it's also got round ears, not pointy knife ears for elves. So I decided I was going to modify the original head. I was going to stick some horns on the side of it. That would need a little bit of cleanup to do. That means scraping off some of these weird nodules on top of the head. But unfortunately, I had an accident when I was doing the other side. I slipped and took his knife ears off. So, oh well to this head. Guess I'll destroy it completely. I was going to clip it down so it was just the neck joint and that kind of high collar left, so that whatever head I attached to it would be able to fit into the body with relative ease. I was going to do that cool spiky helmet because it gives a little bit of anonymity to him. You don't know who's behind this hellish beast of a dark Eldar come to destroy your city. And it's a little bit more chaosy. It is a chaos helmet, and chaos it is kind of hell themed, I guess, with the demons and the dark gods. So this will work nicely for our kitbash. Once that was all assembled, I had this dude here looking pretty cool. Just wanted to customize him a little bit more before I finished. So I covered the back of his cape in a thin layer of green stuff. The splodginess isn't going to matter. That's just going to add to the texture. I thought about giving him some goat legs because that feels hellish and demony, but then I'd be taking away too much from the original model, as I'd only kept the torso and legs anyway, so I didn't want to do that. So instead, I will be giving him a cloak made of like a woolly goat skin material, like a sheepskin coat. This will be a woolly fur coat that I make with a thin layer of green stuff, and using the scalpel, just dragging down over the previous lines that I've done underneath, creating this lovely texture all over the back of this cloak. This is now animal skins rather than human skins. I don't know if that makes it less hellish, but the goat theme aesthetic, I wanted to get it in there somehow, and this is my attempt on that. I also lost a hook off the chain, pinged it off while I was doing this, don't know where it went, it's on the floor somewhere. But also, I had one more little clip job to do on the back, because I was going to do something else tall, and I didn't like this other tall thing in the way of my tall thing that I wanted to do. So that tall thing has to go, but I've already green stuffed his entire cape. Easy little fix, a clippity snip, and off it comes, and a little tidy up after that. The way I would fix this is just a tiny little blob of green stuff, because the green stuff on the cloak isn't dry yet, so I can just put a little ball of green stuff in the place where that used to be, and hopefully it won't be noticeable that there was something there before, after I smudge it around and then blend it back in with the same texture as the rest of the cloak, pulling down from on top of it onto it. Now, this is a nice skull I've got here. Would be a shame if someone were to clip its horns off at the base. Ping! This is a Beastman skull, and I've been saving it because these horns are cool, and I think it's time to use them to make this model more hellish. This is the tall thing I wanted to do. I filed down the edges at an angle and filed down the side of his helmet to hide those round ears. He is not human, he is Drukhari, so I hide those round ears under these hellish horns for his helmet. And we are there. This thing is looking good. I am very happy with my kitbash. Primed in black, so it all ties together now. We can really see how far I have come. The original Archon is a completely different model to this one. The stupid crisscross arms that cover all of the detail gone, and now it's time to paint. Red I'm going to do through the airbrush. I'm going to do a few bits through the airbrush on this one. I'm on a personal side quest in my painting at the moment to get better at airbrush. Do not fear the overspray, work out better consistencies. It's going to be a lot of experimentation and learning through trial and error, but I'm going to try and become a master of this craft to improve my painting. These reds from Army Painter are lovely consistency. However, the top one goes a little bit orange for my liking on this guy. I am meant to be painting red, and I fear I may have pushed it a bit far, so I'll be bringing it back down with probably a shade. Caribou Crimson will bring this back down to red very nicely if I put it on nice and thin and don't let it pool and coffee stain. This guy is going to be grey on the cloak. I rolled grey and red for the colours I had to paint, so these are the two biggest areas on the model. I will be using those colours there. I will paint over the inner lining in brown later on because I decided it didn't look right the same colour as the cloak, but as you can see I'm not fearing the overspray. I did the flame with some oranges and yellows as well, and after I have finished my airbrushing it'll be time to move on to painting the base colours using a few washes. I did use Caribou Crimson and also Agrax Earthshade over the other areas to dull it down a little bit and make it more shaded in the recesses. This is coming together. This model to me looks like it could just be a Games Workshop kit. It looks a little bit odd because again you don't see Drukhari or Eldar with power fists in this manner, but this is an evil cult leader. I've decided this is a hellish leader of the Drukhari, leader of the Flamebrand subsect. They torture their foes with fire and burning, and raise every city to the ground with flame that they conquer. They leave nothing but ash in their wake. A little bit of edge highlighting and layering, and this model will be getting towards its finish. Before that though, I will be doing a heat effect. Ah, you thought the flame was the heat effect. No, 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 no. That is just flame. You see on this spike on his shoulder, I've done a muzzle burn effect over the iron. I'll also be doing that on the sword. However, this is a technique where you have to work wet. So I was panicking a bit, using blue, purple and orange glaze paints from 2 thin coats. I would work wet from blue to purple to orange down the blade. Panicking so much that I didn't check whether I was in focus. So quite a lot of this focus on this footage is not where it's meant to be. And you can see that it blurs out just at crucial moments when I'm blending between colours. So I apologise for that. It's not usually an issue I face a lot on this channel, but sometimes the paint job matters more than the footage, because you will see the end result when I am done. The orange is by far the brightest colour, and it kind of turns steel to a gold coppery colour. It's a really nice effect, and it's really easy to do. You just need the 3 paints and you work quite thick, and then blend it out at the end with a little bit of water. But this blade is now burnt hot steel. It has been heated to such a degree that it could slice through power armor with witchcraft and Drukhari magic. Perfect. Powerful weapon. Now your mum's favourite activity, a little bit of rimming, and we are done with the model. I'll do some lovely reveal shots in a second. Remember to subscribe. We are on the path to 40k subscribers, and I'd love to bring you with me. Remember to leave a comment to suggest what I should do when I reach that goal. I will be taking something out of the comment section of one of my videos and doing that. Now, let's have a little look at the finished article. So thank you to my Patreons. They're on screen now. You can join them in the top right corner, shablam, now, or in the links in the description. I would like to do more of these Roll For Bashes with some bigger models, and for that I need a little bit more funding. So if you would like to join and help support that, that would be fantastic. Also, all the Patreon members will be judges for the painting competition, which comes to an end next week. It is the diorama competition that I announced about 3 months ago. So I am looking forward to seeing what they vote for. Thank you all for watching. Remember to leave a like for the like throne and a comment for the algorithm god, and subscribe so we can get to 40k. Remember, it is not a pile of shame. It is a pile of future fun. See you next time, kids. Peace.